Would you rather pay for daycare or have your mother-in-law move in with you? You can
Say
plead
it
the
again.
fifth. Hi, Gora. Thank you for joining me today. I'm so excited because this is the Jeune Maman Podcast, but we've never had a Jeune Papa on the show. So you are the first Jeune Papa that we have as a guest on the show. And I think we're going to learn a lot from you today. So I'm really excited.
Thank you so much for having me, Ada.
Of course. So we're
I'm
going to
very
start
happy.
off today with an icebreaker. So I have a game called Would You Rather? It's a parent edition. So I'm going to ask you a series of options and see which one you would rather do. And we're going to assume this is for like a baby that's not calm.
Mhm.
So imagine a crying baby for all of these scenarios.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So would you rather try to calm your baby down when they are crying nonstop or stay up all night with your baby? But you can't go to sleep if you stay up all night with them.
I would rather count them.
Calm them. Okay.
Mhm.
Would you rather try to get them into a car seat or give them a bath?
A bath.
A bath. Okay. Would
Yes.
you rather spend 30 minutes in the car with your baby crying nonstop or take your baby to a doctor's appointment where they have to get shots?
Um, I would rather take her or him to the doctor and see.
Okay. Would you rather pay for daycare or have your mother-in-law move in with you? You can
Say
plead
it
the
again.
fifth.
Say it again. Say it again.
Would you rather pay for daycare or have your mother-in-law move in with you?
I would rather have my mother-in-law. She's lovely.
Okay, that's good. So you don't have to plead the fifth on that one. Would you rather watch kids' cartoons all day or spend all day at the park with your baby with them crying?
Watching cartoon.
Okay.
Mhm.
Are you going to be on your computer while they watch cartoon? You can't do that. You have to watch the cartoon.
No, I watched with him.
Okay.
Anyway, I do it already.
Okay. Would you rather deal with a diaper blowout? So that's when they just poop everywhere, or try to get your baby to go to sleep?
I would, I would rather take them to sleep.
Okay. And then the last one that I have for you, would you rather, for the rest of your life, drink everything from a baby bottle or wear diapers? You, not the baby. You.
I know I'm doing that. um, yeah, I think I'm gonna drink.
You're gonna drink? Okay. So you'll have your yapatabaski inside of a baby bottle?
Yes, if it is possible, yes, it's I can do that. Inshallah.
Inshallah. Well, thank you for humoring me with those questions. Wanted to break the ice so you're as comfortable as possible when we talk about parenthood and fatherhood because it's not easy. So I want to start off by asking you to introduce yourself to my listeners.
Thank you so much again, Ida, for this opportunity. My name is Gora. I am from Senegal. I am a teacher and I own a school. We are teaching English and leadership for kids and adults. For now, 4 years, I have my own school. I'm an actor, or also I'm a model also. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. You are very polyvalent, like they say in French. The jack of all
Right.
trades. We love it.
Thanks.
All right. So, jumping into the interview, I want to start off by asking you, how do you view parenthood and fatherhood overall? What have been some challenges that you faced and how do you navigate them?
I'm grateful for everything and for being a father. First of all, well, it's not given to everyone to be a father. We have like we know some people who are married and they cannot have babies. So I'm very grateful for having my kids, Alhamdulillah. And to be honest, so far there is nothing really hard um, on the road. Alhamdulillah, everything is enjoyed. When I'm down and I look at my kids, I'm just happy.
Mm,
When everything is not working outside, whenever I get home, I just cuddle my kids. I just feel okay if everything disappears. So I would say nothing wrong yet. Nothing is a challenge to me so far, to be honest.
that's beautiful. I love that
Yeah.
because I feel the same too. When things, I feel like you put it perfectly. When things outside are not going well, but you look at your kids and you just feel so thankful and
Mm.
grateful. So I like that. So, what has been the most surprising aspect of fatherhood, though, for you? Is there anything that just caught you by surprise, or you felt like you weren't ready for, but you had to learn on the job?
The first day my firstborn daughter came, I was at the hospital. I didn't realize that I was a father actually. So when I went out to buy diapers and those first kids, I just stood out and said, "Bro, you father now." Like that's how I said it. Like it
Yeah.
was weird to me to call myself now a father. you know. And I'm saying it. I'm having goosebumps because that was
Oh,
very cool. Yeah, and then Alhamdulillah, I have a beautiful wife who is there. Whatever I need to know, she's teaching it to me, and she's making it. She's making it easy. Yeah, I can say so.
oh. I feel like everything you're saying is resonating with me because I remember when I had my daughter, and then I would be like my family would be with her, and she would be crying, and they would say like, "Your mom is coming." Like, say I'm Muino, and I was like, "Who?" Like, it took me a long time to come into the fact that I was a mom now. And so every time people say like your mom or say
Mhm.
it literally freaks me out because this human is my daughter. That is,
Exactly. And the first time the doctor just passed by me with the baby on the plate, my mom was saying, "Sadom Mini." I said, "Mom, this is not my daughter. This thing is small." And that was the baby. And
yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
So you were you in the delivery room when your daughters were born?
The first born daughter, I wasn't there. It
Okay.
was C-section, and then they didn't
Okay.
allow me to be in. But the second one, I attended, and then I saw everything. That
How
was
was
that
that
was.
experience?
I thank God for that. Um, I would do it again and again, just because the feeling they had that
Mhm.
day is totally different from any other feeling I have had so far in my life.
Mm,
Seeing the baby coming out, hearing my wife screaming, seeing how hard that delivery was how hard it was, that gave me another, I can say, I don't know if I can use the word mercy or more
mm,
love, affection towards my wife first, and then the
mhm.
connection with my daughter. And yeah, Alhamdulillah, that was awesome. And I said Allahu Akbar because that was just awesome.
Yeah.
Seeing a human being coming out of another human being. I never attended that, and Alhamdulillah, I did. I had the chance to do it. That was awesome. And whoever is watching, you're about to be a father, make sure you attend that. You're gonna
Mm.
love more your wife.
Oh, thank you. I love that. Um, I'm getting goosebumps as you're talking because it's an emotional experience. I mean, I didn't see it from that perspective because I was on the table, but
Oh
I
yeah.
know that a lot of partners and husbands say after that experience they saw their wives in a totally new light because
Mhm,
it's
mhm,
it's like like labor and delivery is kind of crazy when you think about it. So a lot happens, a lot goes on, and I think, especially back home in Senegal, not a lot of husbands are encouraged to be in the room, or they don't think they have to be. But I think it does something very foundational for that bond you
mhm,
have with your baby if you can be there for that experience.
mhm. When they ask me, "Do you want to be inside the room?" I say, "Yes, yes, 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 I want." like without even thinking, because
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting them to call me. I
Mm,
came in the suitcase for her things, and they asked me, "Do you want to be in?" I say, "Yes, yes, yes, I want to be in." And
yeah.
then boom, got into the
Mm-hmm.
labor room, and yeah, it was awesome. And for a moment, I was scared because the way they were pulling the head of the baby. I said, "Bro, bro."
Why are you doing that?
But they are used to doing that, so I was
Yeah.
just learning, and alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, that was beautiful.
Alhamdulillah.
I got her like the first very moment she came on earth. I saw
Oh,
her, just praying for her. That was beautiful. Yeah.
no. I hope you experience that more and more with future children, inshallah.
Inshallah.
It's a
Inshallah.
wonderful experience. I had my husband in the room, and I was nervous for him because I wasn't sure if he would stay conscious for all of it, but
Be
he
strong
did.
though. We think we are
I
strong.
I mean, I'm proud of him because he stayed up. He cut the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, when they gave me the baby to hold, then he sat down and cried.
Oh, mashallah. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it
May
was a
you
beautiful
do it
experience.
again and again, inshallah.
Yeah, I think it makes your marriage stronger. I know Senegal, they view certain things as like this is how it should be, and that's actually going to touch on the next question that I'm going to talk about, which is gender roles in marriage. We think that women should do this, men should do that. But when it comes to, I think, parenthood, you both equally love that baby. Of
Mhm.
course, the mom is the one who carries the baby, but when it comes down to it, I think fathers love their kids just as much as moms. And
Mhm.
to go through 9 months together, I think the height of that experience is the labor and delivery. All these things
Mhm.
you've been praying for and waiting for 9 months is finally here. Why not experience it together? I think it'll only make your bond stronger
Mhm.
as a couple and then as a family unit too. So like I
That's
said,
true.
it's going to touch on the next question that I have, which is gender roles. So, how does that evolve as your family grows in your household?
We Senegalese, and it is very different here. We used to live together alone, and then after we moved to our parents' house, you know, and there we mostly don't do a lot because we have, and as you know, we have maids here,
Mm-hmm.
and that is easy. She has her business. She's going to her job. I have
Mm-hmm.
mine, and then myself, whatever she is to do, I pay somebody to do that
Mm.
because I just want her to not be very tired or to have time for her business and
Yeah,
time for kids also. Yeah, exactly. So
I need
at
that.
home also, I sometimes a good Senegalese stereotype. I don't do much. I don't do much at home. I'm just gonna be very frank with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do much at home, but whenever she asks for help, I'm there for that. I'm not just gonna tell her, "Oh, this is your thing. You have the girl. You are the girl. You have to do it. You are the wife. You have to do it." And
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to the religion, she's not to do that for me. That's
Mm.
not something she owes me.
Mm-hmm.
If she does it, Alhamdulillah, I have to thank her. If she doesn't, I don't have to just blame her for that. I can find a mate for that. For example,
Mm.
this is what the religion says.
Yeah.
Nekul, like it doesn't say, okay, she has to cook for you, she has to clean for you, she has to do. No, she doesn't owe it to you. But if she
Mm.
does so, be grateful and thank her. And if you can help, go and help. Because I always see your wife as somebody, a human being living with you. I wouldn't live with you as a friend and let you do every chore of the house.
Yeah.
Go and help you.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that for your wife if you are alone in the house?
Yeah. That's very
You know,
true.
if you have somebody doing some certain things, it's fine. Yeah, the person is doing that. But if you are alone in the house, help the person.
Yeah.
And what is important is when you're helping the person, you're gonna have more time together because while she is cooking, you are doing something in the kitchen. While she's doing whatever else, you are doing something else next to her, and things are gonna go faster, and you're
Mm.
gonna have more time to rest, more time to do whatever you want to do after that.
Yeah.
This is how I see things. Yeah.
No, it's very true. I think a lot of people don't realize that by actually partaking in the household chores, you're alleviating some work for your wife, like you said, then you have more time together. But I think in our culture, what we tend to do is just assume that women are superhuman. And as much as we'd like to be superhuman, we're not. We're just human, and we get tired too. And there's only 24 hours in a day, the same 24 hours that, men have. So I think to say that you have to do everything and you should never be tired, you should never complain, you should never ask for help is unrealistic. But I could go on a whole tangent on that if I if I start. So I'm going to stop and move on to the next question.
Uh-huh.
And maybe you've already answered this one, with your last answer, but it's really about being in Senegal. What observations have you made about fatherhood that you wish were different in like a
Uh,
traditional house where you have, let's say the couple is living alone and they do have a maid?
um, to be honest, in my circle or what I have seen so far, men that I know they are not that macho with
Mm,
the wife. But yeah, we know also some people also who have some certain behavior towards the wife, and they think that the girl is just a material, just
mm,
there to satisfy their needs, to cook or do whatever they have to do. And I hate that. Why? It's because also and I understand where that comes from. It
mm-hmm,
is from our houses, because when you have your sister, your father and mother, they're just gonna say, okay, your sister has to do this or that for the brothers. Okay, they have to cook, they have to clean for them, they have to make their rooms, they have to do everything in the
mm-hmm,
house for the brothers. And the brother growing up thinks that the wife you have has to be or has to do the same thing as your wife,
mm-hmm,
and it shouldn't be like that. That just put you in a position where you no longer see your wife as a wife,
mm,
and to be honest, that thing I understood it later in life.
mm-hmm,
I learned from some women also, making me see that, okay, this behavior you're having is because of this, but it's not normal, and parents
mm,
should be educating their daughter and their son, you know educate your son, educate your daughter the same way. Don't just
mm-hmm,
say, okay, my daughter is. What if, for example, I have two daughters at home and they grow
mm-hmm,
up? Like, will I just say the one has to do this for the elder one all the time? No,
yeah,
educate them. If you have a religion, trying to see how good you should be raising your kids in the house, and that
mm-hmm,
way it will help you have a beautiful home and beautiful, family.
yeah,
And yeah, and the one thing is, I would just point out is, men should know that women are not maids or slaves of the house. What I mean by women is your wife, for example. So consider them more, and just forget about the titles wife and husband. You are two human beings gathered to be the piece of the other one. So just be the piece of your partner.
mm. Dropping gems today. I like it because it's true though. It's so true. People think that, like, what I've noticed in my experience is back home, a lot of marriages are transactional. And it could be that maybe the love that should be there is not always there. Now,
Mhm.
that's not for all couples. Some couples are genuinely in love. A lot of couples are genuinely in love. But I think for the couples that I see the most issues with, and I put issues on quotes because I don't, maybe it's not an issue for them. But when we talk
Mhm.
about compassion and empathy and mercy, the couples that sometimes lack that, I think it's because they don't have a foundation of one religion. If you look at what and whatever religion you follow, there are guidelines. So whatever
Mhm.
religion you follow, if you look at those guidelines, it will show you how to treat others with empathy, with compassion.
Mhm.
But if you look at it like from the vanity perspective of like just pure love, couples that don't have love tend to not treat each other well. And I
Mhm.
think Senegal, a lot of couples are married because of family ties. They're married because they should be married. They got
Mhm.
like arranged, and arranged doesn't mean forced, but they got arranged. And so they
Mm-hmm.
don't see that other person as like someone tender they should take care of, or someone tender they should alleviate their life. It's like, my mom made me marry you, you're my wife, so you do these things. Or
Mm-hmm.
my
Mm-hmm.
dad told me I have to come and be married to you, so I'm just going to perform my wifely duties. So I think we have to start breaking those things down. And I think our generation is doing a good job of it. Maybe we're swinging the pendulum too far where we're saying like get rid of all gender roles. But I think if we can understand that women have certain things that are innate for them and men have certain things that are innate for them, but then overall when you have a house, you just run the house. It's like a factory. People clock in, clock out, you do your role, and then
Mm-hmm.
hopefully everything goes well. But it all has to be on that basis of respect and love and, understanding. That's how I see it.
That's good. That's good. And couldn't say it better. Mashallah.
Awesome, thank you. My next question for you is, what is your favorite part about being a girl dad?
Um, Being playful.
Mm,
Um, it shows. I mean, I have another eye in how I look at kids and how I look at little girls. You
mm,
know, and I have always had that love for kids. That's why I started teaching with
mm-hmm,
kids first. And my daughter is just somebody else. My granddaughter Zainab, and I love a lot. She makes me discover things about myself.
mm,
Um, I'm there being a father, and she reminds me that I'm growing and things are changing.
mm-hmm,
I'm this today, and tomorrow I'm like that, and we're always learning. Because it changed a lot, and she grows a lot fast.
mm-hmm.
And just spending time with her, watching some cartoons with her, hearing her having some slangs I can say from Senegal. I sometimes ah, sis, where did you get this? And she's having attitudes, and now she's on that level where whatever you say, she's mad, and just say, okay, I'm mad now. I'm not gonna give you
Mm,
this.
yeah.
Okay, my mother is my friend. You are ugly. She's just being a girl. She's just being whimsical, and she has the right to be like that. And I love that about her. The little one is just beautiful so far. No problem with her. But Zainab, she is just there being, the ruler of the house, and yeah, and it makes you softer.
Mm,
I'm the punching ball when she has something that is bothering her. She comes to me, and when she wants to do some things, she would. When the mom says no, she comes to me and say,
yep.
"Mom, that mom said this and that," and I say, "Okay, you have to listen to your mom, but yeah, let's do it this time, and then tomorrow, you have to listen to your mom," and that makes you have more, more love, more affection to her, and that's just sometimes to be honest, I can just look at my daughter and just say Alhamdulillah for no reason,
Yeah.
for
Mm.
no reason. Say Alhamdulillah because she's lovely and she's smart like father and the mother.
Oh, mashallah, mashallah. I'm gonna send her this interview. I'm gonna like say create a link and just save it for when she's like 16 and she's going through that I hate
Inshallah.
my parents phase and show her
I'm gonna
this.
tell her, I love her so much, and I'm very
Oh,
proud of her what she's doing, and she loves English.
oh, beautiful.
She's just 2 and 8 months, and she
Okay.
loves going to my school where she is learning English now. And her favorite
Oh,
sentence is that, "Papa, how do you say this in English?"
oh,
And
good.
when I tell her that thing, for example, she just says, "Papa, dama bëgg a nelaw," that I want to
Hmm.
sleep, and then she doesn't know how to say sleep. And she said, "Papa, dama bëgg," and then she said, "Oh, how do you say nelaw in English?" I say sleep.
Oh,
I say, "Papa, dama bëgg sleep." She's
oh,
tendencies, and I asked her, "You have to go back to school this coming October." She said, "Mm-mm, I'm gonna go and learn English." And she loves
mashallah.
it, alhamdulillah, and she's very smart, mashallah. I'm gonna say it and again, and I hope
I
that
love it. You're a
she gonna
proud dad.
her mom is doing very great job, mashallah. And yeah, thank you so much for that. I have the
No,
opportunity. I love you, girl.
that's amazing. Oh, Zainab, your dad loves you. That's beautiful. I think it's such a nice thing to see. You know, we always hear about girl dad, but to hear it explained in the way that you just did, not only are you talking about how she makes you feel, but you're acknowledging the attributes about her that you love
Mhm.
about her. I think that's beautiful because it takes a good dad to be able to identify those things and to be able to
Mhm.
articulate them. So I think that's kudos to you and your wife doing such an amazing job as parents. The
Mhm.
girls are lucky to have you guys.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Now, you've mentioned it a few times. You mentioned it in your intro, but I want to let you tell my listeners about Teachers with Attitude. That's your program, your English program.
Yes. Yeah, that's my academy. It is an academy of language and leadership. Why I have that, it is because that helped me in my life. I used to be a very lost person in my life. I was very shy. I couldn't, do a lot of things that I'm doing today. Some of my friends, even when they see me on TV and they say, this cannot be you. You know, how we knew you before, this cannot be you. And Alhamdulillah, I know a lot of kids are like me as I used to be in the past.
Hmm.
And I created the program. I have always wanted to have a school. Even when I was back in high school, I wanted to have a school because I hated the way some of my teachers were teaching me and the
Mm.
way they were appreciating me. If you have, for example, four teachers, the one can say he's bad, the other one can say he's excellent, the other one can say, okay, we have to send him out of the school, and the other one can have their own appreciation about you. They couldn't see the value you had. And I used
Hmm.
to be very good at dancing and drawing. I thought I would become a dancer or or an artist, drawing or do whatever. But teachers couldn't just see that in me. They couldn't know how to get that thing out of me. All they know is that you have to be a student, you have to learn this and full stop. Being a good student is someone who has A's, or be good at math or grammar or whatever. And that was just growing up. I learned to be, that person who is going to be there for those kind of kids.
Hmm.
And I had something I called Gift and Talents program. In the Gift and Talents program, kids were doing whatever they could, away others and considering them as kids still. Whenever you are registered in my school, I tell you, no matter who you are outside, here you are my student.
Mm.
And somebody who doesn't know anything about the subject is a kid. So I'm gonna put everything into your head and help you. Or I'm not gonna just even say put something in your head, but help you discover things.
Mm.
You know. And we have been teaching English for now 4 years. We have trained a lot of people, a lot of professionals, also a lot of firms. We're training their staff. And I now have a school in Gejawai and in Mermoz. Now I'm developing the Kids Academy. I'm going to be working with Mikado Friendly. We'll be having our English classes over there, inshallah, and in Domiai, in Mamel. I'm trying to be everywhere in Dakar, helping people to understand this language because it helps people, grasp the best of this word. Because language, English is an international one that everybody needs. If you want to be doing business, you need to learn English. I have never left Senegal. I learned everything here, so people can be learning English from here and from us also. We're the best so far. Alhamdulillah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a wonderful mission. And not only the fact that English is now the global language that everybody needs to know, but I think the why behind your school is really important. Senegal doesn't really recognize shyness as a personality. Everybody
Mhm,
has to be social, everybody has to be extroverted. And so for
mhm,
those individuals who are misunderstood or in school, for example, they're not taken into account. I think that's really, really important to have a place that they can go and feel secure and feel heard and seen.
mhm.
Um, I love that. I would have never guessed that you were shy, by the way. I've known you for a couple of years now, but
I was very shy. I was very, very, very shy. But
oh my
Alhamdulillah,
goodness.
and somebody helped me whose name is Barukan. He was my coach and who is now my mentor. Back
Hmm.
in 2011, I had a training with the U.S. Embassy. He was our coach, and yeah, we did a lot. I'm not gonna just talk about it right now, but he did a lot and he changed me. I used to have my plate, as a young boy in this country, Jai Bandi and everything. But he helped me get out of that, be able to sell things in the streets, hustle, be where I am today. And Alhamdulillah, I cannot thank him more. Enough, I can say. I can thank him enough, and he did a lot. And that helped me find myself,
Mm.
or I can say finding myself, because we always find something about ourselves every day.
Yeah,
So thank
yeah.
you, Baruch.
No, I love it. We're not a monolith. I think we tend to operate as if we should be as a country, that everybody has to act a certain way, but we're very different and unique individuals. We have stories and journeys that we've gone through. And so I'm glad that you were able to speak to that, because I know it's not always encouraged. I'll just say that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, thank you. This was an amazing, amazing interview. You surpassed. I didn't have expectations. I knew it was going to be great, but you've gone above and beyond that. I loved
Thank you
hearing
so
about your daughters and your family, and I'm just so excited for the listeners to hear this, because they need it. There's a lot of people who message me, Gora, and they say, "Hey, I'm currently pregnant, and your podcast is really helping me." Or they say, "How about the men? What do they think?" Motherhood tends to, or like parenthood in
much.
Senegal
Inshallah.
tends to be a motherhood thing. Only moms are involved in that. They even like say "Sadomji." So for moms, that's what they
It's
usually
true.
hear. It's nice to hear from a dad who is loving and thriving in the journey of parenthood. So thank you for being here. I want to give you an opportunity to have any parting thoughts and say goodbye to my guests.
I'm gonna just say thank you for having me again, and may Allah inspire you more. And this is just awesome. May
Amen.
it grows, and until you have a lot of a big audience, because people they need to hear this.
Amen.
Because this is useful. This is useful content, and every content is useful, but this is just important. This can help other people to find themselves in it. And see that they are not alone. And this is, I just encourage it because it is educational. And then I love it so far.
Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. What else I can say is that may Allah help us understand one another.
Amen.
We say communication is key, but understanding is also important. We can be here talking. If we don't understand each other, I think that's not gonna go, far from where we
Hmm.
are. May we
Hmm.
have more understanding to one another. May we
Amen.
have pure heart.
Amen.
May we just have what else? What else can I pray for? Health, a lot of money.
Amen.
Thank
Yes.
you so much for watching us. So for your friends who don't speak English, bring them in. You can teach them,
Yeah,
inshallah.
absolutely. As teachers with attitude, I will be sharing the information when I put this episode out. Hit up Gora. If you're in
Inshallah.
Senegal and you would like to learn English, you need to learn English. But if you,
Everywhere, bro. Everywhere. By the way, we have students everywhere. I even
oh,
have some students who are in the States, in Canada, in the UK, because we're
okay,
also doing online classes. The online platform is even bigger than the school we have here in person.
nice,
Because I
nice.
started it. I started it alone, and I was teaching from Monday to Sunday, and only
Okay,
remote. You know, we
okay,
have students everywhere. So wherever you are, if you want to learn English,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. So anywhere in the world, if you want to learn English, on top of the need to learn English, make sure you hit up my friend Gora. With
inshallah.
Teachers with Attitude. I'm gonna have to send my husband to you, Gora. He's been here 2 years, and sometimes he makes mistakes, and I'm just like, you need to learn English. He's gonna kill me when he sees this. He thinks it's like he's like every day. I'm like, when he's talking, he'll say a
Mhm.
sentence, and I have to find the right moment to like correct him so that it's helpful and not hurtful.
I
But I'm
understand
gonna
that.
send him over to you.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Thank you so much for the time. I
You're
really,
welcome.
really appreciate it. And may Allah bless you and your family and cover you and protect you.
Amin ya Rabbi. Amin ya Rabbi. Thank you so much, Aida.
Say hi to the girls for me.
Inshallah.
Thank
Assalamu
you.
alaikum.
Alaikum salam.